Making movies and shows is more complicated than you may think. Long before the cameras start rolling, there is a considerable amount of prep work that goes into finding the correct landscape, actors, scriptwriters, directors, makeup artists, computer graphic artists, camera crews, and the list goes on. In this video, we'll go over a general overview of how today's movies and high-end television shows are made and some changes the industry is making in a post-coronavirus world to take advantage of today's best technologies. Welcome to Movie University. On this channel, we explore various aspects of the movie entertainment industry. If you like what you see, consider hitting that subscribe button and purchasing Movie University merchandise or donating on Patreon to support the channel. Making movies is something that's been around since the turn of the 20th century. While the end result of entertaining audiences has always stayed the same, the methods of how things are done before, during, and after may surprise you. Let's take a look at how movies and television shows are made. It all starts with an idea. About half the time, someone will pitch an idea about a movie to a movie studio. Other times, someone from within the studio will come up with an idea and shop it around inside the company and seek approval. Studio executives and bigwigs will weigh the arguments of the movie. Some of the things they'll consider are cost of making the movie or show, audience size for who wants to see such a product, potential earnings at the box office and rentals, chances of it becoming a breakout, interested parties in favor of financially supporting a project, and the reputation it will give the studio. After a while of deciding on whether a project should or should not be greenlit, scripts are written. This can take anywhere from a couple of months to a couple of years. During either the proposal process or script writing, creative differences can pop up, causing staff members to leave the project. Sometimes these resolve themselves in the form of another but similar movie being made and being released around the same time from a different studio. Once a script is finalized, pre-production ramps up in earnest. Filming locations are scouted, camera crews are brought in, makeup artists booked, secondary directors hired, lighting crews found, costume department and computer graphics specialists are all hired to make the movie. While traditional film location scouting still occurs, a great deal of technology has helped step in to allow directors to see what locations or virtual sets will look like. Today, locations can be scanned into a 3D environment by a small local team. The data can be sent wherever a director and his staff are, allowing them to recreate the location in the virtual world. This allows them to have an idea of what challenges they will encounter if they choose to use this location. Some things to consider are what equipment to bring, how to work out logistics of bringing their equipment, food, water, and personnel, and angles to place the cameras for ideal shots. Another area that is seeing a boom are visual aids and sets. While you may know that Hollywood likes to use a lot of green screen to make epic-looking sequences, one thing that is changing is the use of massive electronic screens that wrap around a set. One of the first movies that used this extensively was Oblivion with Tom Cruise in 2013. However, since then, big productions like The Mandalorian have used the large screens to help envelop actors with a sense that they are actually in their environment, on top of saving time on the back end of post-production special effects. This helps eliminate the need for green screen technology altogether for large swaths of the movie, saving time and money. Camera resolutions and screen pixelation have come to the point where the human eye cannot tell the difference when watching the finished product. Once principal photography is complete, the raw footage is sent to computer graphics specialists to add in details in the movies on top of video editors to chop up the footage into the final product. During the editing process, the editors will also adjust the scenes to match a particular color palette. While all of this is happening, there are also sound editors who are working hand in hand with the video editors to add sound effects. From here, directors will give their opinions of scenes and hand instructions to subordinate editors or directors to make changes. Once these changes are made, a more finalized draft is sent to the music composer of the movie, where a musical score is placed into the timeline. Once a director feels comfortable with this draft, it is sent to executives at the movie studio to screen the movie. They will give their feedback for changes they believe will be better for an audience. Sometimes reshoots are required, costing studios millions of dollars, as was the case with Rogue One and Justice League. After several back and forths on this, the movie will be tested in front of a small showing of volunteers from the general public. Based on their feedback, the studio may decide to make changes or allow the current version to be released. From here, a special screening is arranged for movie critics to allow them to write about the movie in newspapers and websites, drumming up interest and giving the movie some free publicity. This is where you come in. Based on box office returns and audience ratings, studios may then decide to create sequels, as was the case with the John Wick series. What's your favorite part about the movie making process? Do you have aspirations to work in Hollywood? Let me know in the comment section below. This is Movie University, education in cinema.